Well, millions of people have reportedly tried a supplement known as Kratom. It's used for chronic pain, opiate withdrawal, depression, and anxiety.
Yeah, the supplement, though, is not without controversy. In 2016, the DEA declared Kratom illegal, only to reverse that decision just a year later.
Now the FDA is weighing in, but as our investigative reporter Richard Essex discovered, those who use it say it is actually saving lives.
2 Kratoms and 1 pie.
Every morning, you can see a steady stream of folks at the Oasis in Carmel waiting for their Kratom-infused coffee or tea. The owner, Robert Reskin, started selling Kratom on the advice of his daughter.
Dad, I just buried my 5th friend to drugs and alcohol. She said, offer him Kratom, you'll help my generation get off it. I said, Kratom? I never heard about it.
Kratom is a tropical evergreen plant and part of the coffee family found in Southeast Asia. The leaves are picked from mature trees, dried, ground up, and shipped.
It is now a huge seller here, and she's right. I see a lot of the young kids pulling back from opiate, heroin, alcohol, and drugs.
I'm just going to do an ounce of the Mangda.
One of those young people is Jeremiah Greason, a recovering heroin addict.
I was looking for, at the time, this was a couple of years ago, and I had just relapsed and had been dealing with it for a few months after years of being clean, and was a little bit ashamed. The only person I had talked to about it was my wife, and I was kind of looking for a way to mitigate the withdrawals.
Greason says drug addiction is a cycle of sobriety and abuse. He's been clean for a while and credits Kratom for keeping him that way.
For me, I have very extreme highs and lows in my sober life, so sometimes I get really low. And having something like this that's really safe that I can turn to just pick me up and make me feel good for the rest of that day, and then the next day I wake up and it's a new day. I mean, that's amazing.
According to the National Institutes of Health, Kratom has been used for centuries in parts of Southeast Asia to treat chronic pain, fatigue, depression, anxiety, and opiate withdrawal. However, there is not a lot of mainstream research to back up those claims.
So it's known as benign. It's not, we don't have the research done because it's a plant. So the research isn't available where no one's gone into Cambodia or Thailand or Borneo and researched it. But it's been used by those indigenous people safely.
There is a difference in the type of Kratom that's on the market, the all-natural form and the synthetic.
That's the issue, that's the problem. There is synthetic forms of it. What we are seeing and what we'll see in a lot of these toxicology reports is there's a mix with different opioids, and that's the danger of it.
According to autopsy reports obtained by CBS17 over the past 3 years, 33 people overdosed and died with Kratom or the synthetic form, along with other substances in their system. A few weeks ago, the FDA issued a warning on Kratom, saying there is no evidence to indicate that Kratom is safe or effective for any medical use, and claiming that Kratom is benign because it's a plant is short-sighted.
It's very successful, even though the FDA is saying it's not. I can tell you after 2 years of dealing with hundreds of people, I know a lot of people who have used it successfully.
I think I would just still be on the on and off cycle, honestly. I think every time something really bad happened in my life, I may end up turning to something dark. So having something really safe that is helpful is amazing for me.
Richard Essex, CBS 17 News.
And if you have an issue and want our Investigates team to get answers, send us an email to investigates@cbs17.com.
Got some